Cancer, for the month of March, I thought it would be fun to use the Borderless Morgan Greer deck. I will be drawing 3 cards for the head, 3 cards for the heart, and 3 cards for the mundane areas of life for this month. The shadow will reveal the most important aspect, either the practical matters, the head, or heart-related matters. Alright, so please show me the energy for March for Cancers. Nope. Alright. I'm going to start with the heart. And I'm going to move on to the mind. And the day-to-day practical matters. The shadow card. I see something very specific, and I'm also seeing general things. I would like to start with the heart because I do see the cups here, and cups have that feeling nature about them, okay? So with the 8 of Cups, this is about abandonment, okay? This is about abandoning something that you have been working on in search for something more fulfilling. I feel like you've done a lot of work on your heart. However this relates to you, now whether it relates to a healing matter, whether it relates to just being more compassionate, more open, I feel like you've put in the work here, okay? And you have been and are successful in this. The Chariot is about a triumphant success. It's about positive movement forward. Balance. Balancing between the emotions and the logic. Okay? The Knight of Pentacles is also about, well, I see it as being like shielding your energy from other people, since you are a very empathetic person, a sign, I should say. The Chariot is also front and center, which is, you know, representative of Cancer. Okay, so this is your major arcana significator card. Now, you have to be protective. There's the Knight of Pentacles. He wears his armor and he's got his shield on, and it's representative of that outer shell of the Cancer crab. Now, why is it represented by this animal? Because they're so compassionate, they're so soft, you being Cancer are so soft, so compassionate, so empathetic, so feeling oriented, that you have to create some sort of boundary, because it's almost like you'd be like a psychic sponge for everyone else. Okay, so I see you've been working on knowing how to like shield your emotions from other people's emotions. Being successful in that. Having a balance. Okay. Also, that shell is somewhat of a hard exterior. And it almost seems as though there's a bit of like a gruff energy, a rough energy, energy that's sort of prickly, and it's protective, okay? But once that trust, you have the trust of other people, then you open up and you give fully. Now, going back to this card of abandoning what you have been emotionally investing in. I see the 8 of Cups very much related to the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So in one aspect, you're in search of something more fulfilling. You're feeling as though what you are working on in your life, you need to go out and search for that thing that will bring you more contentment, more fulfillment, more satisfaction. Okay? And it's also like an abandonment of the practical matters of, success for something more spiritual, something more enlightening. This is like a soul searching card. You've put in the work. You are putting in the work. Okay? So this is what I'm seeing for that. A lot of you may be feeling like your work is not fulfilling anymore. And you're just sort of showing up, doing what you need to do, but your heart isn't in it. I see like 2 pentacle cards, which is like practical things. I'm not seeing pentacles in any, well, especially in, the area of the day-to-day matters, which pentacles would normally be representative of this category. So I'm feeling like your heart is not really in it anymore. Okay. Now I see the heart here. And I see a division 3 ways. Okay. Now this can be thinking about disappointments in your work. You can be thinking about your heart in some aspect, your heart health, for one. If you've recently gone through a breakup, or you felt abandoned, you're processing that this month. You're beginning to process that. Aces have to do with change. You want to change the way that you're thinking about this disappointment. You want to start something new, a new creative idea. You want to feel inspired. And you're thinking about what could liberate you from this situation that has you up at night, that has you grieving. And it's almost as like you have detached from the feeling sense. This to me is like, I see it as like grievances, pain, heartache, all of that. Same extent here, but like multiplied 3 times over. This down here would be like this intensity, really feeling that pain. You're thinking about it, you're processing it. I feel like I said, you've done the work. Now your mind is still, looking for a way to liberate itself from this, from feeling bound from this disappointment. I feel like there's an attachment in some way. I do feel like this is more work related, because I am seeing the other swords down here. And I'm seeing the work cards in the heart area. All of it kind of ties in, but I see the main focus being here. So as far as when it comes to work and what it is that you do, you're like, there's a couple of instances here where I feel like, okay, there's an abandonment. You want to abandon this. You want to sort of move on. I also see this sometimes as being like a gossiping energy type card. But I feel like it's just no longer meshing with the people that you were working with. No longer on the same page. Okay, and this month, I do see that, since this is in the realm of communication, you're expressing your disappointments verbally. You're expressing your frustrations. I do see the sun coming up over the horizon, or it could be setting. I do feel like it's setting, since you have this full moon that is waning in this picture. Its energy has come to its fullest extent, its peak, and it's starting to wane. There's not as much in it for you anymore. Whatever this is that you are doing, I feel like it has to do with this place, your castle. A lot of you may just want the freedom to be able to be a little bit more mobile in your work. You really desire that. And some of you, may want to work from home or be working from home, but I generally see this as like the four walls. Now, whether that's your home, it could be the place that you show up every day. And I'm seeing that this is like no longer an environment that really suits you. You're looking to sort of start something new, and I see you moving the Wheel of Fortune along. Wheel of Fortune is like change. This is a change of occupation. This is a change of residence. It's a change of job. Some of you just may be relocating within the company that you're working for. And if you work for yourself, again, wanting that mobility, wanting to sort of branch out and expand in the area around you, okay? But I do see this as like movement. I see the Chariot as movement. And you have this sort of core power that you're transferring. I mean, you'll always own that core power. That's a skill that you encompass. The skill that you have here, you're owning that, and you're transferring it. You're moving it from one place to the other. There could be some sort of offer that comes to you to either relocate, change job positions, or just change. I feel like this is very much career work related. And you're seeking out that satisfaction, seeking out that fulfillment in another place. Again, this is like another travel card. This is the Minor Arcana, like travel over water. I'm seeing like movement. Again, another movement card. You're shifting from one place to the next this month. It has to do with a location. There could be some fears, doubting yourself, doubting your capabilities, but really, it's just a new thing that can take some time to get used to. The Ace of Rods is a new thing, and you have it in your hand. There's always a learning curve if it's a new area that you're exploring, new environment, even new coworkers or clients. This is the general energy that I'm seeing for you, Cancer, for the month of March. So thank you so much for watching and for subscribing to my channel. And if you have any comments about, this reading or additional insights, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I do really welcome your input, and I always respond to my viewers' comments. So I will see you in the upcoming videos.